All right, look, I want to touch the writing in cursive topic, and I want to touch some other things around that, and I'm going to make this as professional as I can, with much respect towards the audience of all ages, especially if you're in any kind of a authoritative position, teacher, coach, counselor, whatever it may be. But the whole concept, the whole ideal about the cursive writing is this. It's like with my story. My story has a lot of people that has helped guide me and suggest things to me. But in the process of that, journaling was something that I had never really, it was something new to me at 37 years old. Women did something when I was growing up of diaries, okay? Diaries consisted of them writing their thoughts and all that down. So it's a feminine thing, right? Men, we don't cry, we don't do that. You know, in this road, humility calls for emotional bleeding, which is crying. And people that know me know that I've done it, and I do it, and I still will do it. But my brother, Mike, black guy, when this whole process started, it was suggested to me to read a sentence, or read a paragraph if I can't read a sentence, but to write down my feelings. And if my withdrawals being so severe, it's write down, make yourself write down. Because my hands were so bad shaking. Excuse me. And my faculty with my brain, which is my mind. Alright? See, my brain, this is the triune brain. What I had done is I had damaged the faculty to write through the substance abuse. And over the years, I had lost my ability to write in cursive because I got more lazy. You know, lazy. It wasn't required, so why write? But I had never even written a whole lot prior to that. But the brain, early in life, the way a lot of us were geared is we wrote a lot. You know, and that's a faculty that the brain goes through and goes down the arm to the hand, and there's an art to that, and there's beauty to it as well. But with that being said, going into this, you know, my brain was fried, and your brain comes back, but I journaled. The whole thing is he showed me not to journal about selfish things, but to journal and to write and to work on the penmanship as well. And to watch the brain work itself out from the damage that it has been put into. That's my story. Now, my whole point is this, is with the cursive writing. When we take that, because if we the people were together, if we allow them to take that out and to implement more of this, look at this. Do you see what I mean? Even that. And then now all you're doing is punching little emojis and other stuff. You know, there is some writing, but not like it should be. Because the brain, the triune brain, listen, the more that we write, the more that we have a chance at seeing not just this for what it is, but knowing things that we wouldn't know just from writing. If you're religious, God's hands, His penmanship is up there. It's everywhere. So what we have to do is we imitate God up there, down here. And we did forever, learning how to write, learning how to do the loops and the O's and going into the R's and all that. It makes your brain work. You know, and it all comes from God's handiwork. People looked up and paid attention and wrote, and eventually, you know, it came to life. God did. And as time has gone on, Satan's world, he slowly takes stuff out to where you don't see it. Teachers, it's a different age, got gadgets. Yeah, but we don't need it. We're dumbing down. That's my whole point, is we're delightened and we're going further down, because when you take the cursive out and learning how to do that and concentrate more on that, the brain gets dumber, and it does just from that simple act. Because with my alcoholism and my drug addiction, man-made, how horrible it was for me, because I had to drink in order to write. I had to drink in order to be still. Do you see what I'm saying? I wasn't taught to journal. I wasn't taught humility on purpose. I'm taught blame. I'm taught cowardness. I'm taught you don't research nothing. You believe them on TV. Don't you do nothing. We'll do all the work. Just sit over there. That's what we're taught. And now we're taking the cursive away and everything. Just sit there. Slowly, dude, we're all going to be sitting in fucking prison. And we already are. Sorry, I got a little frustrated, but that's how I am. And we can't see that. And see, when you take a perfectly perfect plant and you make it illegal that we paid taxes with and all that. Now listen, I'm tying all this in because that plant, hemp, cannabis, the oil, everything, the process it goes through to get into us, other than Cheech and Chong, where your minds are, most of them, it's a product of our anatomy. Okay? Just like the cursive writing, Satan, man, Saturn takes away our natural medicine that we don't have to pay money for. And then they give you the Lord's medicine, which is Satan's. And then what that does is, all this right here, and this is my story, all that right there, and it was over time. It's like, well, we're going to try this and try this. All that stuff right there affects the mind. Plants don't. These are drugs. Plants are not. These are drugs. Look at your life and look at mine, those of you that want to say shit. Okay, sorry. But this is my whole point, is when they criminalize cannabis, hemp, we can't pay taxes anymore, nothing like that, with stuff to build anything out of it. Our anatomies are made up of cannabinoids, okay? And what's in that plant is in our bodies. Anything that has life around you in the forest has the same properties inside of you. The same. The same. But they're gone now. That's all Satan. You know, you need this. You need this. And then once you take that away, the brain over time is going to be malnourished. And then generationally, for 100 years now, there has been many human beings go through a whole generation without anything natural going into their body. And then pass that shit down through their sperm, and then ignorance is passed down, and then, what? That's Satan up there. No. Satan in the story, he got kicked out of that. But yet you look down here. Look up there. It's what? No. Well, yeah. I'm serious. Listen to me. They took the plant away from us. It malnourished our anatomies and our minds and everything. And generationally, we have had children. And we have been forced into this, just like you're being forced with the mask. Okay? Now you're really dumbing down, but we're still writing cursive in the midst of all this. And then eventually technology begins, Hollywood, you know, the fake careers in the Saturn universities. And then we just take that out. Now, you know what? We're going to take Jesus out too. Does it make sense, guys? Does it click any? Because see, the triune brain right here, the middle brain, the limbic complex, it affects your emotions, love and fear, your feelings, trust and loyalty, subjective senses, purpose, relationships, value, judgments, decision making. See, my whole point, they've taken the plant from us, given us this generationally now to where we're all on this, basically. And from day one, this is in our hands. So now, check this out. This is behind me. Now, this is all in me, look. For decades. For decades. And when you approach this individual, man, listen, we've got to throw all that, we've got to work, we've got to come together and burn it all down. The fucking news chase stations, all of it. Them people are lying, they're part of it. The school system, they're trying to hurt us all. I have just explained to you how they have taken it all out and just made you do this. Do you see? God did not create us for our eyeballs to sit here and look at this and look at images that are not supposed to be there. And then to say this is Jesus. Because that's where we are. This is Satan. Christians will go to the mat with me. I'm going to go on a tangent for a minute. I'm not going to cuss. And they'll tell you, you know how many people that Jesus has reached with that? No, I don't. Tell me. Because that is pathetic. Yeah, you're holding that thing like this in church with the big apple bitten out on it. Yeah, I get more done with this right here, my little notes and stuff. Well, how do you live it? You ain't living it. It's like you don't live it. You a hypocrite, and they just fly off. You know, because this is for the religious folks. I'm testing your spirituality. I've showed you who Satan is to those of y'all that's listening. And it's your choice to not listen and to go on, or it's your choice to be nosy and be like, what's he talking about now? See, when you take away things that God gave us, you know, like how people, wouldn't it make sense? Thousands of years people have been writing. And let's just slowly get rid of it. What do you mean get rid of it? They've done it. They did it forever. No, we don't need it no more. We got these right here. This is Jesus, and this is good, man. It's good for us. But truthfully, I've probably got 70 books that started with one book. 70. You know what? You've got billions of books on your tablet, and the most of y'all play games every night. Christians. Jews. Hell, Muslims now. No excuse to not be the smartest person in the world with this shit right here. And do you know what everybody is? The dumbest. That's why this is in our hands. This is why this had to get produced. It's time to give them all the technology because we've dumbed them down. We've taken their Jesus. We have given them space and evolution. We've taken it all. Writing. Because I'm Satan. I'm evil. And now it's time to scare the shit out of them. Because see, if you're religious, this is Satan's world, man. Listen to me. I'm going to be a preacher for a minute. You're not supposed to be in... Look, we're in this world, but not be of this world. When you follow along and comply, especially with the mask, and say it's for the better good, and my story proves that beyond the facts, with cannabis and hemp, we could save so many lives. We could make all the water containers made out of hemp. Could have been doing it since the beginning, but they haven't, because you know why? The plastic that they throw in Mother Earth that God and Jesus made, that you love and praise Jesus to, all that plastic shit, it can't biodegrade like God wants it to. It hurts Earth. They hate God. Don't forget that. They've got their triangle recycling symbol on there. Rothschild put on there, Rockefeller, one of them, bragged about it. Like, yeah, and it's the truth. Everything that we do, the styrofoam could be hemp. All of it. Trash, everything. Shirt, clothes, fuel, all of it. Hemp. Nope. We've got to have the fucking cheapest shit available. Yeah, we can't grow anything, make it all or nothing. See, when you can't see that, there's nothing else that I can do for you. Because in order to see what all is happening, you have to deny self. And you have to say, look in the mirror and say this to yourself. Have I been lied to? And look at yourself, because in a deep, balanced out, as above, so below way, when you and I look in the mirror, there's something else on the other side that we have no idea about, that we never pay attention to because we're on the go, go, go. There's a reflection in the water. That was the mirror forever, before mirrors. The reflection in the water. There's some shit going on just in the reflection of water if you'll go to a creek or something and go look during the day when it's not too hot and you can see the other side, trees or whatever, and look in that shit. Look at the water and look at yourself and really look. There's a world around us that we were fucking hidden from. Everything that you see on Disney is sorcery and wizardry and Satanism. Some of it's actually, it's like, wow, that's pretty, well, no, not now, there's the penis. You know, and it's pedophilia as well. You just can't see it. It goes back to this. You can't even handle your emotions, feelings. You don't even know what a purpose in life is. Because of the brain, over time, generationally, you have your genes, black, white, brown, have been denied. Cannabis, hemp, micro doses of mushrooms, peyote. We've been taught very, very, very horribly about it because there is right ways of doing it and living a long time and not getting any cancers or anything. But not, we got to get rid of it. Here comes this. Got to use this. Yeah, got to use this. This is Lord's medicine. No, it's not. They're going to believe that shit because generationally they've been denied. They're malnourished. You know. But my whole point is journaling has fixed it all. Journaling is where it all started. You know, and it's all tied in together. You just got to start looking throughout the course of history of like, and write it down. Visuals are always better. When you get a visual of something, you can see it. You know, because we are commerce. All right? And we're treated like cattle. I mean, it's sad. It's sad because the history of this nation was created in a hidden way to use all of the shit that the real white people do that's evil and then blame all of us. You know, and then they own the black people. They own the white people on TV. They're actors. Oprah's a paid, that's a man anyways. She's a man. Man. You know, she's worth $2 billion up there talking about white privilege. And it's like, you know, what's crazy is you can't blame her because in her mind, she's been raised from day one, just like the white ones too. You know, they're programmed to do a certain thing and it's to sway, you know, her job is the black population. Is to show women, look, you can be like me. Make $1 billion and not one of them will ever be like her because she is fucking groomed and controlled. Just like all the other people, black and white, even the sports and the athletes and the Hollywood stars, because they're all phonies. They are professionals. You think, but the whole deal is they're programmed. Sort of like they're deprogramming us. Okay? And when you deprogram people, take cursive away, Jesus, and get rid of the plants and give them chemicals and stuff, you don't know how to think anymore because of the generational malnourishment of what our bodies actually need. So we're just going to believe anything. It has nothing to do with color. They hate fucking black people and women more than anything. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Come on, man. What does that tell you? Black Lives Matter and them ain't going after that shit. It tells you that white people know all about magic and wizardry and they rule the fucking world. You know, and that's the truth. Star Wars is based off of Horus and Set. You know, it's what it is. Star Wars. It's what it is the Zodiac. It's all it is. It ain't hard once you figure that shit out. And it's like, man, damn. But just like we know songs on the radio, we should have been hearing stuff about how all that stuff works, but we don't. Instead of knowing all the different constellations and stuff, we know all the songs, and that's by design to dumb us down, to, you know, get us out of that shit. Anyways, I love you.